Dugout Show live. We are back with the ball-by-ball analysis of the grand finale of ICC T20 Cricket World Cup 2022 between Pakistan and England. Both the teams had different ventures throughout the tournament. Pakistan had a topsy-turvy start to their tournament, while England too lost to Ireland. But just after the first 2 or 3 games, both the teams did not look behind and secured their spots of the semi-final. And in the semi-finals, we saw Pakistan just ran through New Zealand, while England had the better of India in an emphatic manner. Now we see that Pakistan and England are locking horns at the iconic Melbourne Cricket Ground. This is a big day for both the teams. England are led by Joss Butler, while Pakistan are led by Babar Azam, who is leading Pakistan in a second consecutive World Tournament. I have got with me my in-house analysts, Awais Akbar and Kumail Jaffrey. Welcome to the grand finale, gentlemen. What do you make of this match today?
Big match. None of us expected to see Pakistan here. 45th match आज मैं बात कर रहा था और no one would have thought that Pakistan would have survived and then thrived so long in this tournament. I think it's a dream come true, and जो भी pre-match interviews वगैरह हुए हैं पाकिस्तान के उसमें हमने ये देखा है कि everyone's just excited to be here. And I think पिछली दफ़ा वो pressure था World Cup में कि they've been performing so well and they need to perform. This time around, I think they have nothing to lose, and I think it's their game to win. Right. So they should just go for it. And as the great Imran Khan said in 1992 to his team, I hope Babar has also said to his, which is to just enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game. Play like cornered tigers. Awais, Pakistan are in the final of World Cup. I mean, what do you make of the grandiosity of this event today?
This is actually massive, because we have come to a final of a World Cup after 13 years. It's been a long journey of a lot of hiccups, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of phases where Pakistan cricket went down, and then we rose from the ashes, and then we had different leaderships in different phases, and then there came a time जहाँ पे हमारे पास opportunities थी. Last World Cup हमारे it was unfortunate that we ended up being ousted from the semi-finals in this. Even though we were down and out, but it was against all odds. We did get a chance to feature into the semi-finals, and then it was at that moment that the guys realized that they had to put their best foot forward, enjoy the game, and then the quality of cricket they played enabled them to get into the final. It's a massive moment, and then again. The comparisons have been made with the 1992 World Cup, and in this World Cup itself, they have played like corner tigers, like they played in that particular World Cup, and it will be no different today, because they will come in and they will, as my colleague mentioned, they'll make sure that they'll enjoy the game.
राइट सर आज जब टॉस हुआ तो उसमें हमने देखा कि इंग्लैंड ने टॉस जीता और इंग्लैंड पहले बॉलिंग कर रहा है और पाकिस्तान विल ऑफ कोर्स बी बैटिंग फर्स्ट. तो वी सी दैट पाकिस्तान आर अनचेंज्ड and in the last game we had a very good opening partnership as well as our middle order clicked. England have also made no changes, but there was a chance that Mark Wood might come into the playing 11 of England, लेकिन उसके ऊपर England ने chance नहीं लिया. So coming back to Pakistan batting first on this MCG strip, what do you think, Awais, is going to be the total that Pakistan are going to look at?
They shouldn't be looking at anything less than 160, because of course coming into this game I was actually of the opinion that Pakistan needs to bat second for them to have a very good chance. Okay. Because of course England chasing is actually a menace, because we saw in the last match Butler and Hales took away the game from India in no time at all. So this is actually a dangerous situation that Pakistan finds itself in. But then again, for them to be able to be in a comfortable position, it actually would mean that unko a total 160-170 ka target karna chahiye at least, so that they can put England's very long batting lineup under pressure.
All right, so 160 और 170 is the target जिसके ऊपर पाकिस्तान की नज़र होनी चाहिए इंग्लैंड को टेस्ट करने के लिए in the second innings. कुमेल, हमने देखा कि बाबर आजम और रिजवान काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रगल थ्रू आउट द टूर्नामेंट एक्सेप्ट फॉर द सेमीफाइनल में वो दोनों क्लिक कर गए. नाउ वी आर इनटू द फाइनल, एंड हाउ दे शुड बी अप्रोचिंग अगेंस्ट दिस इंग्लैंड बॉलिंग लाइनअप. मोस्ट ऑफ द बॉलर्स जो है उनको हमने रिसेंट T20 सीरीज में लाहौर में, कराची में खेला, 7 मैच T20 सीरीज थी. तो बाबर और रिजवान के माइंड में क्या चल रहा होगा और उनको किस तरह से अप्रोच करना चाहिए?
I think this is an opposition that they have played more or less very recently. बाबर रिजवान की अच्छी परफॉर्मेंसेस भी लगी उस सीरीज के अंदर. मैचेस जीते भी बिल्कुल, you know it came down to the wire to the last match of a 7-match series, which is a huge thing. It also tells you how little there is to separate the two teams apart. I think they should just go for it. The power play is key here, and we all know that if Babar and Rizwan are successful in making 40-50 odd runs in the power play, I think they'll get a good start. एक आधी विकेट गिर भी जाए तो कोई बात नहीं, they should continue that attack. दूसरी चीज ये है कि I do think कि 180 they need to at least aim for 180 ताकि 160 170 तक वो आ सके, because you have to realize the chasing strength that England has in this match.
All right. So 160, 170 or 180 is what Pakistan should be looking at. अच्छा, हम अगर दोनों टीम्स के जर्नी को देखें ड्यूरिंग द ग्रुप स्टेज, पाकिस्तान पहले 2 मैचेस हारा. इंग्लैंड का रोड टू फाइनल अगर हम देखें, इंग्लैंड वन बाय 5 विकेट्स अगेंस्ट अफगानिस्तान, देन लॉस टू आयरलैंड बाय 5 रन्स वाया डकवर्थ लुईस मेथड इसी ही वेन्यू पर. अगेंस्ट न्यूजीलैंड उनका मैच, अगेंस्ट न्यूजीलैंड उन्होंने अपना मैच जीता 20 रन से. अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया उनका मैच अबेंडन हो गया, और अगेंस्ट श्रीलंका इट वाज अ क्रूशियल गेम एंड दे वन इट बाय 4 विकेट्स, एंड इन द लास्ट गेम they got a thumping win against India by 10 wickets. तो England have had their fair share of wins and losses. पाकिस्तान का अगर हम देखें तो दिस इज अ फेमस कैंपेन. ये स्टोरी हमेशा याद रखी जाएगी. पहला मैच हम इंडिया से 4 विकेट से हारे, फिर हम जिम्बाब्वे से 1 रन से हारे, फिर हम नेदरलैंड्स के खिलाफ 6 विकेट से जीते, फिर हमने साउथ अफ्रीका को 33 रन से हराया डकवर्थ लुईस मेथड के थ्रू, और फिर हमने बांग्लादेश को 5 विकेट से हराया जो कि एक वर्चुअल क्वार्टर फाइनल था पाकिस्तान के लिए. एंड इन द सेमीफाइनल वी बीट न्यूजीलैंड बाय 7 विकेट्स.
इसके अंदर से एक मैच मिसिंग है पाकिस्तान की जर्नी का, वो नेदरलैंड्स और साउथ अफ्रीका.
नेदरलैंड्स साउथ अफ्रीका, वेरी वेल पॉइंटेड.
Not to rule that out.
मेरा ख्याल है कि उसके बगैर हम सेमीज तक नहीं पहुंच.
एग्जैक्टली. तो पाकिस्तान के 6 ग्रुप मैचेस से अगर हम कहें तो कि पाकिस्तान को रिलाई करना था. ऑफ कोर्स वो एक बहुत बड़ा पॉइंट था उस टाइम पे कि अगर तो नेदरलैंड्स साउथ अफ्रीका को हराती है तो हम हमारे पास पॉइंट ज़्यादा होते हैं और साउथ अफ्रीका के पॉइंट्स कम रहते हैं. एंड ऑफ कोर्स दैट हैपेंड एंड वी गॉट इनटू इट. अच्छा, अगर हम देखें हमने अपने जर्नी में साउथ अफ्रीका के खिलाफ पहले बैटिंग की एंड वी स्कोर्ड 186. उसके अलावा हमने जो गेम्स हैं उनमें वी वन बाय चेजिंग द गेम्स. आज हम टारगेट करें, ऑन द बोर्ड हम पुट करें, तो हमारे कुछ ऐसे बैट्समैन हैं जैसे शादाब खान, इफ्तिखार अहमद, जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस की हैं थ्रू आउट द टूर्नामेंट. इफ्तिखार की 2 50s हैं, और अभी बाबर और रिजवान के बारे में तो हमने बात कर ली कि उनकी अप्रोच 40-45 रन की होनी चाहिए. अगर हम डाउन द ऑर्डर चले जाएं तो आप किस तरह देख रहे हैं हमारा कौन सा ऐसा बैट्समैन है जो आज स्टेप अप करेगा?
It's going to be Iftikhar, because हम लोग I actually say कि हम लोग इफ्तिखार को we don't rate him too much, but on these pitches if there's been one batter who's actually emerged as a proper hitter, so it's been Iftikhar. Apart from of course Shadab, तो Shadab को एक chance मिला था to come up the order and then he blasted a wonderful 50, but someone who's been consistently hitting big, it's been Iftikhar. So I believe Iftikhar will have a huge role to play. Of course हम लोग पहले बहुत बात करते थे कि बाबर एंड रिजवान चले गए तो इसके बाद पाकिस्तान की बैटिंग इज नो मोर. मतलब लेकिन इन दिस टूर्नामेंट वी एक्चुअली सीन इवन अगेंस्ट द ऑड्स कि अब जब हम लोग 2 डाउन या 3 डाउन भी होते, इफ्तिखार आता है और ही plays a very good innings to put Pakistan in a comfortable position. We saw that against India, we saw that against South Africa. So it's actually going to be Pakistan will have to take a lot of confidence from those innings. और इस बार भी है कि it won't be Babar and Rizwan entirely. It will be the middle order as well.
Right. So Ben Stokes has got the new ball. अगर हम यहाँ से देखें तो Ben Stokes bowling open करेंगे इंग्लैंड के लिए, and Mohammad Rizwan is taking the strike for the first ball. Of course, we know that Stokes is the captain of England's test team, which will be touring Pakistan later on. Here we go with the first ball.
The ball swing.
Right.
And you see how
Yeah.
बादल हैं तो ओवरकास्ट कंडीशंस भी
Yeah.
हैं मेरा ख्याल है हवा भी थोड़ी बहुत चलेगी तो स्विंग होगी वो शुरू में
Right.
they'll have to negotiate with it. I think Rizwan sort of saw that coming. उनको पता है, I mean, you know, there's a no ball actually.
Oh, no ball to start
What a
with.
start to the final.
और हमारे इरास्मस हैं जो नो बॉल दे रहे हैं.
Erasmus
तो
once again.
पाकिस्तान के लिए
7 balls.
पाकिस्तान के लिए क्रिकेट आर्म है जो स्ट्रेच हुई होती है बाय, बट दिस टाइम इट इज इन फेवर ऑफ
It wasn't
पाकिस्तान.
close. It is actually a no ball.
But the line belongs to umpire. Right. So Kumail, please continue.
I think Rizwan might come down the crease, go for it. Oh, another wide.
another
So you can
wide.
see Stokes trying to settle in. Pressure होता है
Pressure
बड़ी
है.
उनका. आप जितने बड़े बैट्समैन हो, जितने बड़े प्लेयर हो, आपने जितनी वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल खेले हो, जीते हो
खेले हो,
स्टोक्स
हाँ.
की तरह, जितवाई हो जितनी भी एशेस, वो प्रेशर आप पे होता है.
Right.
और वो शो हो रहा है पहली नो बॉल के बाद आप थोड़ा सा इधर उधर भी हो जाते हैं कि यार ये क्या हो गया, मैंने एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था. बट नो, ओवरकास्ट कंडीशंस, द बॉल विल स्विंग and it will not be easy for Babar and Rizwan
Right.
to just play their natural game. उनको थोड़ा सा negotiate करना पड़ेगा. They have
Right.
to get their
Right,
eye in
right.
first.
तो रिजवान ने ट्राई किया है मिड विकेट की तरफ हिट करने का, लेकिन शॉट कनेक्ट नहीं कर
It
पाया.
was a delivery that could have been hit.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't able to connect that.
हाँ.
But then again, like Kumail mentioned, कि उनको they're going to have to take their time because ball swing हो रही है overcast
sure.
conditions, and you'll probably see Sam Curran coming in next.
Incoming Nasser. He's in the form of his
Yeah, exactly. और left-hander angle आता है, रिजवान को outside the off stump थोड़ा सा वो भी struggle करते हैं. बाबर भी
Right,
probably उनका bolt के against उनका outside edge लगा था.
Right.
तो in these conditions they're going to have to play cautiously in the first 2 overs. उसके
Right.
बाद they will be able to settle.
राइट. सो हमारे पास एक स्टैट आया है जो रेहानुल हक ने ट्वीट किया है कि लास्ट 6 मेंस T20 इंटरनेशनल गेम्स में दिस इज प्लेड डाउन द लेग साइड विल बी कट ऑफ फॉर 1. लास्ट 6 मेंस T20 इंटरनेशनल वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल्स में बैटिंग फर्स्ट एक ही टीम ने जीता है. अगर हम देखें 2021 में, 2016 में, 2014 में, 2012 में और 2010 में. बैटिंग फर्स्ट ने एक टीम ने जीता है फाइनल में, और चेजिंग में 5 टीम्स ने जीता है. तो अगर हम देखें कि पाकिस्तान हैव बीन प्लेइंग अगेंस्ट द ऑड्स एंड दे हैव बीन विनिंग इन दिस टूर्नामेंट. सो वंस अगेन पाकिस्तान विल हैव टू प्ले अगेंस्ट द ऑड्स एंड विन दिस गेम.
Absolutely. उनको अपने दिमाग से ये निकाल देना पड़ेगा कि कितनी टीम्स इस पे क्या करते हुए जीती हैं. I mean, the toss is the toss. It's done for now, and they're in the middle. आपको याद होगा कि SCG में जब हमारा साउथ अफ्रीका के साथ मैच हो रहा था, के साथ मैच हो रहा था, तो हमने बैटिंग पहले की थी और उस ग्राउंड के ऊपर आई थिंक एक टीम ही जीती थी.
That was in the semi-final.
That was the semi-final.
Semi-final.
Yes. So I mean, those stats can keep on going and coming. But I think right now that should not be on their mind. It should just be making the most of the power play. That was close, and that was I think that was out if.
अगर तो डायरेक्ट हिट होती तो रिजवान आउट हो सकते थे वहाँ पे.
You see, एक चीज मैं कहूँगा, of course it was a valiant effort by Rizwan, but then again they shouldn't shy away from taking risks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I am actually seeing, of course, England is opening their bowling with Stokes, which doesn't normally happen. They have Wood, they have Chris Woakes. इसके बाद probably Chris Woakes आए. So I would actually say that England's bowling is not of the highest standards. But apart from Wood, they do not have bowlers who can put Pakistan under pressure.
Yeah.
So Pakistan need to take advantage of this. Of course, if they settle in a couple of overs later, it should be their game. But they need to be able to strike all of the bowlers, for fours and for boundaries.
Right. So talking of the advantage, Pakistani openers taking advantage against the England bowling, Babar and Rizwan have played a lot against this England team in T20 internationals since I think we see against them since 2020. Plus they've also played in 2019 as well. Yeah. So Babar and Rizwan's partnership have scored most runs against England. That's 666 before the start of this game in 9 innings. And both of this opening pair averages 83.25 against England while opening. तो पाकिस्तान के पास ये एडवांटेज भी होगा कि हमारे ओपनर्स ने इंग्लैंड के खिलाफ इतने ज्यादा रन्स स्कोर किए हैं. They'll feel at home.
That side अभी जो जिनकी आप बात कर रहे हैं उसमें तो Mark Wood भी था. This side doesn't even have Mark Wood. Why I keep mentioning Mark Wood is because Babar has been seen struggling against Mark Wood. Because उन्होंने एक इंटरव्यू में कहा था कि which bowler would you prefer hitting a 60?
Oh, that's beautifully placed. It's a big ground. बल्कि अभी वैसा बात complete कर लें.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. तो Babar was actually seen struggling against Mark Wood. In this side there isn't any Mark Wood. So then again I'll reiterate my point. They'll have to capitalize every possible opportunity because it's going to be crucial for them.
Absolutely.
Right. So
और अभी बल्कि मैं ये बात कर रहा था कि I think the great cricketer or someone commented and they were doing a match preview.
Yeah.
और उन्होंने कहा कि Joss Butler and Alex Hales survive on boundaries and especially sixes, right?
Yeah. Boundary first ball of the over and then
हाँ,
single
उसके
ball.
बाद आप करते रहो, right? And Babar and Rizwan thrive on their strike rotation.
Yeah.
And this ground specifically will really help the Pakistan batting unit because they're good at rotating strike and you can't suffocate them by not giving them sixes. On the other hand, अगर Butler और Hales को आप restrict कर देते हैं, yeah, if you can create chances of them being caught on the long boundary, then this game is ours to win. So I think that's something जो कि इनके दिमाग में भी होगा. अभी भी Rizwan I think took that risky run because he realizes कि boundary नहीं मिलेगी आपको, शायद हर over में भी ना मिले, right? But you can run threes and you can run twos.
That was good intent.
Absolutely, that was good intent.
Right. So
Exactly.
if we talk about Pakistan versus England in T20 World Cups, so we see that Pakistan and England so far have faced each other only 2 times in T20 World Cups, once in 2009 and once in 2010, and both games were won by England. This is the third time that we are facing each other in a T20 World Cup game. अच्छा, हम इसमें देखें एक छोटा रिकॉर्ड है दोनों टीमों का. अभी तीसरा मैच है T20 वर्ल्ड कप से, लेकिन अगर हम ओवरऑल वर्ल्ड कप्स में देखें, इंक्लूडिंग द ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप एज वेल एंड स्पेशली इंक्लूडिंग द फेमस 1992 विन एज वेल, जिसमें हमने इंग्लैंड के खिलाफ ही जीता था, तो पाकिस्तान एंड इंग्लैंड हैव प्लेड 12 मैचेस इन वर्ल्ड कप्स, जिसमें से पाकिस्तान ने 5 जीते हैं, 6 हारे हैं और 1 मैच का कोई रिजल्ट नहीं है. तो पाकिस्तान एंड इंग्लैंड्स रिकॉर्ड इन वर्ल्ड टूर्नामेंट्स हैज बीन काइंड ऑफ 50-50. हम देखें 2017 की चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी के सेमीफाइनल में भी हमने इंग्लैंड को उनके होम ग्राउंड में हराया था. तो माय क्वेश्चन टू बोथ ऑफ यू वुड बी कि इंग्लैंड के खिलाफ हमें एक साइकोलॉजिकल एज होता है, जिस तरह हमने इनको सेमीफाइनल में हराया 2017 के, 92 के वर्ल्ड कप के फाइनल में हराया, तो विल दैट बी अ थिंग अगेन कमिंग इनटू दिस गेम एज वेल?
Exactly. Pakistan. Then again, I've always said कि knockout games में Pakistan emerges as as a very good side because उनका एक psychological advantage हो जाता है over the other side. Like you mentioned कि this was a good shot.
Beautifully hit.
Like you mentioned कि 2017 की Champions Trophy के भी knockout में हम लोगों ने we were able to defeat England at their own den. So then again over here, I would say that the history won't play any role because I actually believe it's going to be about the psychological advantage.
Very interesting. Very
So I would actually back Pakistan considering the fact that they've been able to nullify the pressure situations, and this time will be no different.
All right, so it's anyone's game if they play well on the given day. और हम देखें कि बाबर आजम के बॉल थोड़ा मिडल हो रही है, बट ही हैज नॉट बीन एबल टू फाइंड द गैप अभी तक. और अगर हम क्रिस वोक्स की बात करें तो उन्होंने 5 मैचेस में 5 आउट किए हैं इंग्लैंड के लिए इस टूर्नामेंट में, और उनका इकोनॉमी रेट विच इज़ क्वाइट इंटरेस्टिंग टू मी कि इस वोक्स को हम थोड़ा टारगेट कर सकते हैं, हैज़ बीन 8.58. तो लाइक डू यू थिंक वी कैन गो आफ्टर वोक्स? जिस तरह से हमने देखा दूसरे एंड से स्टोक्स बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं, तो वोक्स एक वीक लिंक लगता है आपको इस बॉलिंग लाइनअप?
हाँ, absolutely. I feel like if Babar sort of starts middling the ball, which he is, I mean, there you go, right? Like you can see him in touch. He's not trying to push it. He's not trying to slog the ball. He's just trying to play the ball on his merit. I think बड़े players की ये निशानी होती है कि in a big match they go back to their basics and they stick to it. वो unnecessary pressure नहीं लेते. They just go back to what they have learned. And what they have practiced. वो एक there's a famous saying के in pressure you don't rise up to the occasion, you fall down to your training. And I think के someone like Babar, शादाब ने नासिर हुसैन के इंटरव्यू के साथ कहा था कि हम जैसे छोटे प्लेयर्स को, although I mean he's being humble, एक मैच चाहिए होता है फॉर्म में आने के लिए. बाबर जैसे बड़े प्लेयर को एक शॉट चाहिए होती है फॉर्म में आने के लिए, and that's all he needs.
So if you see that this is a very interesting stat, most runs by a pair in T20 internationals, तो बाबर और रिजवान लीड कर रहे हैं. 2519 रन इन्होंने स्कोर किए हैं अपनी पार्टनरशिप में. That's a lot of runs. 2519 runs. I mean to be able to score these runs together, that means that you understand each other, you kind of know each other's game, and you know how to go after the bowling attacks.
Exactly. I mean, that's more than a particular player can score in his entire T20 international career.
Yeah.
Well, they've scored these runs together, which actually means this is a massive feat. And then again, they've had good partnerships. As a matter of fact, good would be an understatement. This is okay. So good is an understatement, like I said. उन्होंने 150 की पार्टनरशिप स्कीम है, 200 की उन्होंने चेज डाउन किया without any loss.
Against England भी किया
Against
है.
England किया, and they
In
chased,
England as well as in Pakistan.
yeah, and in South Africa as well, they chased
Yeah.
down 200, but 197 की partnership थी.
Yeah.
So they are a very strong pair. हम लोग of course criticism आई थी पिछले दिनों में, they weren't able to strike the ball that well. तो उनको ये कहा गया था हारिस को पड़े, but I was not of the opinion कि किस change करनी चाहिए, because ये इनकी strength रही है हमेशा से.
Right.
And I would also like to add something regarding the strike rates as well, because अभी इन्होंने मैच के शुरू में दिखाए थे strike rates सारे बॉलर economies as a matter of fact, सारे बॉलर्स की सबकी in addition सबकी 7 से ऊपर थी economy सारे बॉलर्स की इंग्लैंड बॉल. तो
आई थिंक इसमें बेन स्टोक्स की 6.4 है इन 5 मैचेस, बाकी सबकी 7 की प्लस.
तो दिस
आदिल रशीद की भी 6.25 है. सो आदिल रशीद
इस टूर्नामेंट में आई बिलीव उनकी भी ज्यादा थी, मैंने देखी.
आई थिंक अभी मेरे पास कुछ स्टैट्स हैं. आदिल रशीद की 5 मैचेस में 2 विकेट्स हैं और 6.2 की इकॉनमी है.
But then again, इसका मतलब ज्यादा बॉलर्स हैं
ज्यादा bowlers.
जिनको टारगेट कर सकते हैं.
आई कैन गेट योर पॉइंट.
which actually means कि a score of 160 170 should be on.
करना चाहिए.
Exactly.
अब बारिश की मुझे इम्कानात शायद थोड़े से लग रहे थे. ऑन स्टैंड बाय है
ground staff.
या द स्टाफ इज ऑन स्टैंड बाय. वो तो मेरे ख्याल है सारा दिन रहेगा अब, और कल का दिन भी रहेगा इफ इट गोज टू द रिजर्व. लेकिन हाँ, आई एग्री. आई थिंक दे शुड जस्ट गो फॉर इट एट दिस पॉइंट. थोड़ा सा कंजर्वेटिव वोक्स के पहले ओवर में हमें नजर आए दोनों, बट मे बी टू गुड इफेक्ट, क्योंकि वो देखना चाह रहे थे कितनी मूव हो रही है, क्या नहीं हो रहा. अब देखते हैं कौन आता है, बट आई थिंक करन इज इन.
So Sam Curran bowling करने हैं.
Yeah, they'll be looking for the ball that comes in.
Right.
You will see that they will play closer to their ball.
Right. So अगर हम सैम करन की बात करें इस टूर्नामेंट में, तो सैम करन ने 5 मैचेस में 10 विकेटें ली हैं, और इनका जो बेस्ट बॉलिंग इन एन इनिंग्स रहा है वो 5 for 10 था अगेंस्ट अफगानिस्तान. इन्होंने 5 विकेट हो लिया, और इनकी बॉलिंग एवरेज 13.60 है, और इकॉनमी is 7.28, and he picks up a wicket after every 11 balls. His strike rate is 11.2. तो सैम करन उनके लिए एक विकेट टेकिंग ऑप्शन है. बाबर आजम has just played a cover drive, but it will be cut off by the fielder.
बाबर आजम के लिए कवर के ऊपर
तो
naturally.
yeah, right. So सैम करन की तरफ आते हुए, सैम करन is a wicket taking option. Pakistan have scored around 12 runs from first 2 overs. Will Pakistan go after Sam Curran, or will Sam Curran will be drawing the first blood for England?
Sam Curran can draw the first blood for England, but I think Pakistan will also go after Sam Curran. पहली बॉल पे आपने इंटेंट देख लिया, थोड़ी सी वाइड ऑफ द ऑन द ऑफ थी, and Babar sort of threw the kitchen sink at it. वो अलग बात है कि he had no foot movement उस तरह से. There you go, that's the ball that comes in.
Yeah.
And Rizwan and Babar both looking for it, लेकिन I think intent यही है, plan यही है, go after everyone, go after loose ball, right? Like don't think about the bowlers, think about the ball, play the ball on its merit, और I think वही कर रहे हैं, right? अंदर आती है उसको, flick it for a run, and if there's some width, just go for the shot.
Right. So both of our batters have scored 6 runs from 8 balls each, and it will be interesting to see at the end of this over, half of the power play will be done, and we haven't had boundaries so far.
I'm not surprised actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't actually be pushing them to hit boundaries on this pitch, because it's a very long boundary. I mean 80-meter boundaries. You can't be expecting your batters, and against bowling that's taking good advantage of the overcast conditions.
Right.
Ball is swinging. So I wouldn't mind if they take the time to settle in. Lekin of course ये भी ना हो कि वो pressure करके dot balls के अपने ऊपर डाल दे, फिर they play a very odd stroke to get out. I believe that they're doing fairly well अभी तक.
Yeah.
अभी वो I guess negotiate कर रहे हैं जो bat ball हो रही है, इसके मैंने mentioned.
Right.
They're negotiating those bat deliveries for singles and probably doubles as well. तो then again अब उन्होंने predictor भी 170 के डाल दिए.
अभी हम तीसरे ओवर में, लेकिन स्कोर प्रेडिक्टर इज शोइंग 170. इसमें आई गेस लाजमी चेंजेस आएंगे, क्योंकि अभी सिर्फ हमारी इनिंग्स में 3 ओवर्स हुए हैं. जैसे जैसे ओवर्स ज़्यादा होते जाएंगे, ऑफ कोर्स ये चीज़ बढ़ती जाएगी. अच्छा, हम अगर फैन बेस की बात करें, इंग्लैंड में आज भी हम देखें इस मैच में एट द MCG हमारे बहुत सारे फैंस आए हुए हैं. ऑफ कोर्स MCG के अंदर जो सिटिंग कैपेसिटी है दैट इज 90,000 एंड क्लोज टू 1 लाख. इस चीज का कितना एडवांटेज होगा पाकिस्तान को विद हैविंग सो मेनी पीपल वेयरिंग दोस ग्रीन शर्ट्स एंड चीयरिंग ऑन यू?
बहुत एडवांटेज होता है, यानी कि there is the ball that comes in. I think that's
target art.
Yeah. That's beautiful bowling by Sam Curran.
It's just considered 4 runs of his first over.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, sure, please continue.
हाँ, I think fan base का तो पाकिस्तान को बहुत ज़्यादा एडवांटेज है. शादाब कल आया और वो MCG में वो कुछ कह रहे थे, they were just having a meet up with द फैंस वगैरह एंड यू सॉ कि पाकिस्तानी फैंस कितने थे. बाबर ने कहा हमें लग रहा था हम होम पे खेल रहे हैं. होटल से लेके यानी कि सड़कें भरी होती हैं, आप स्टेडियम में आते हैं, फैंस आपके साथ होते हैं. सैम करन ने आज का अपने बिफोर द मैच के आई नो that there will be more Pakistan fans than the English fans, and that is something we will have to negotiate with. That is something we will have to contend with, क्योंकि वो pressure होता है. खासतौर पे अगर 90,000 लोग हों तो you will have that pressure on you कि अच्छा यार सब उनको cheer कर रहे हैं, right? Even when you like score a boundary or score a run and no one's cheering for you, or the cheer is very minimal, I think you feel that. Game सारी बड़े matches की ही होती है. How do you tune out the voice? The good voices and the bad voices, and just stick to your game and stick to your plan.
All right. So, I mean, it all comes down to tuning out. We see that Pakistan. This is a brilliant shot from Rizwan.
They've taken their time.
He's cleared the 85.
He's cleared the 85 boundary.
Was it is it a six? I was
Yes,
actually.
that is a six. Square leg के ऊपर से छक्का मारा है मोहम्मद रिजवान ने, और ये इनका एक ट्रेडमार्क शॉट रहा है. जब ये आई थिंक जब इनका एक वो पीरियड चल रहा था जब ये दोबारा से अपनी फॉर्म में आ रहे थे, उनको टॉप ऑर्डर में प्रमोट किया गया था, तो ये टांग रख के जो लेग साइड पे छक्का मारते हैं.
This was his trademark shot.
That is one of those shots. That's a brilliant shot from Mohammad
And in this
Rizwan.
particular tournament, I haven't seen
83
him
meters.
hit him 80 plus meter sixes. This is the first one of.
This will give good confidence to Pakistan.
Absolutely. And if Rizwan is the one hitting sixes, I believe Babar should be the one negotiating and then rotating strike or probably hit odd boundaries here and there.
इससे बाबर आजम के ऊपर भी एक वो थोड़ा सा प्रेशर कम हो जाएगा, क्योंकि बाबर आजम ने अब तक 10 बॉल पे 6 रन्स बनाए हैं. तो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि दूसरे एंड से अगर कोई बैट्समैन है तो वो रन्स ले रहा होगा.
आपके फेवरेट?
हाँ, या माय फेवरेट. पाकिस्तान के फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट को देखा जा सकता है कि वो दुआ मांग रहे थे बैठ के.
अब आपने देखे उन्होंने आउटसाइड ऑफ स्टंप पे टारगेट करना, उन्होंने एक लेग पे किया था तो उन्होंने वहां पे फील्डर भी रख दी है. स्क्वायर लेग.
अच्छा, मुझे थोड़ा सा लग रहा है कि अभी तो खैर दे आर गेटिंग अवे विद इट क्योंकि आई थिंक बॉल थोड़ा मूव हो रहा है, लेकिन आई थिंक अब दोनों से मेरा ये सवाल है, हाउ डू यू थिंक द लेंथ्स हैव बीन सो फार, द लेंथ एंड लाइन, क्योंकि मुझे नहीं लग रहा कि देव केप्ट इट रियली टाइट, राइट? देव गिवन चांसेस, हाँ, वी हैव मिस्ड अ फ्यू चांसेस बिकॉज़ ऑफ द बाउंस एंड द मूवमेंट, but there have been a couple of extras. There has been a no ball. What do you guys think of? Do you think there's a lot of pressure on the bowling right now?
There is. I actually believe there is a lot of pressure, considering the fact, of course, it's a final. Or it's safe to say they haven't been able to, apart from Sam Curran, they haven't been able to take, most of the wickets of the batters in all for the tournament. So and of course tight lines भी आपको नजर नहीं आई. So there is some pressure, and of course I was actually expecting कि इससे ज़्यादा tight lines रखी जाएंगी. So now that I guess Babar and Rizwan have settled in, they've understood how the bowling is going to be. It's their game to take.
Right. So my take on this would be कि I mean England have got their plans. But somehow अंदर से पैचेस में they have been able to execute it, but not entirely. कुछ बॉल्स हमने देखी जो सैम करन की तरफ से थी, that came in. एक बॉल ने बाइट भी किया रिजवान को, और स्टोक्स वाला आई गेस दे वर ट्राइंग टू थ्रो इन अ सरप्राइज. शायद बटलर बाय करना चाह रहे थे दूसरे बॉलर्स के ओवर्स लेटर इन द इनिंग्स, इसलिए उन्होंने बॉलिंग ओपन स्टोक्स से करवा ली, और वो एक दफ़ा ओवर स्टेप कर गए और एक दफ़ा उन्होंने वाइड बॉल करवा दी, लेकिन फिर भी उन्होंने फ्री हिट को बचा लिया. तो मे बी इंग्लैंड उस साइड पे जा रहे हैं कि अगर हम पावर प्ले में पाकिस्तान को 6 या 7 एन ओवर दे भी दें तो इट वॉन्ट हर्ट अस, और बाद में जाके हम इनिंग्स को फिनिश अच्छा कर सकते हैं. और इंग्लैंड का फोर्टे भी यही है कि उनके पास क्रिस जॉर्डन है एंड दे ट्राई टू फिनिश रियली वेल. न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ भी इन्होंने यही किया था. आई गेस इंग्लैंड आर अंडर प्रेशर बट दे आर ट्राइंग टू एग्जीक्यूट देयर प्लान.
Vokes has come back to his test match length थोड़ा सा, wicket to wicket कराया थोड़ा सा, he's pulling it back, and I think this is good strategy. वही वाली strategy है कि पहली बॉल है, पहली या दूसरी बॉल में आप score a boundary and then you take the pressure off. That's once again Upish. I think there is no failure there. They might run 3. Yeah,
they might run 3.
Yeah,
but it's good to see that Babar too is taking his chances.
That's the third run. Yeah,
good running by Pakistan.
Very nice over for Pakistan.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
25 for
and I guess आप कह रहे थे कि 67 runs पे restrict करेंगे, लेकिन I believe if they're not able to, if England is not able to take a single wicket in the power play, that is danger for England. Because अगर Babar and Rizwan settle in, तो you know how dangerous they can get. Because of course उसके बाद फिर they'll probably be looking to not just negotiate, but also Rizwan will be looking to scored boundaries.
Yeah.
और उसके बाद फिर you'll have probably have Iftikhar and then you'll have Shadab.
Shadab,
You'll have
Nawaz.
Haris coming down.
We've got Haris. हमने अभी तक
Exactly.
हारिस के बारे में
Well,
बात
I
नहीं
think
की.
the total can get to 170.
Exactly. I mean, so पाकिस्तान के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज होगा कि अगर हम अभी विकेट लूज ना करें, बाद में वी कैन गो ऑल गन्स ब्लेजिंग लेटर इन द इनिंग्स. अच्छा, अगर हम बात करें, हमने अभी तक हारिस के बारे में बात नहीं की, एंड ही हैज बीन अ स्पेशल प्लेयर इन दिस टूर्नामेंट. ही डिजर्व्स अ लॉट ऑफ प्रेज फॉर द वे ही हैज कम इन एंड चेंज द मूड एंड एटीट्यूड ऑफ आवर बैटिंग लाइनअप. आज का मैच उसके लिए क्या वो फील कर रहा होगा? हमने देखा उसके अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज्यादा है. I mean, he did not back down from hitting Nokia, Rabada, even in the game against New Zealand. Lockie Ferguson को उन्होंने back to back boundaries लगाई. तो आज हारिस किस तरह से approach करेंगे अपने innings को?
Before that, मैं जरा इस पे comment कर लूँ. I think that was a good run क्योंकि he knew कि fine leg ने फेंकना wicket keeper की side पे ऐसे रिजवान had to work fast, run fast. वो डेली इंजरी रिजवान की तो एक डी होती है, वो बेचारा हर मैच में इंजर होता है.
He loves to throw himself around in the field.
हाँ, he's a character, so I hope he's okay. He's a warrior. मैं वही कहता हूँ हमेशा कि बाकी मैच खेल रहे होते हैं और रिजवान जंग लड़ रहा होता है.
जंग लड़ा होता है.
So aptly put.
But to answer your question, हारिस जो है, I think that is such a wild card and such a brilliant batsman. यानी कि it's not कि it's just fluke. He's just been playing so good. He's taken them on. और I think ये attitude चाहिए आपको. You know, जब आपके पास रिजवान बाबर टाइप लोग हों just rotating the strike, तो someone like हारिस ने एक जान डाल देने वाली बात होती है. आप नोकिया को रैम शॉट पे छक्का मारे, you know, like आप सोचें डगआउट में क्या मैसेज आता है दोनों साइड्स पे.
Exactly.
एक साइड पे you know, like you were like wait, we can do this, we're allowed to do this, you know. और दूसरी साइड पे तो ये क्या हो गया, you know, हमारे एक्सप्रेस बॉलर.
And we question कि एक पाकिस्तानी बैट्समैन इस तरह की शॉट्स खेल रहा है.
Yeah.
I mean, this is incredible.
Exactly. I'd like to add to what you said. Pakistani batsmen playing shots like this is. I have not seen many batters coming from Pakistan who've hit fast bowlers for sixes this confidently.
Yeah.
And batters up the order.
Yeah.
हम लोगों के I don't believe Babar Azam को we do rate Babar Azam as a very good batter who's been able to score lots of runs, but I've never seen Babar Azam play these shots. It's actually a huge characteristic of a batter to be able to hit sixes to fast bowlers.
Absolutely.
Because if you're able to do that, you are able to dominate the fast bowler.
True.
And if you have that trait, it actually means there's a very bright future ahead of you. Because that stroke, and he's
he's got it.
चॉप ऑन कर दिया मोहम्मद रिजवान ने, और सैम करन ओवर द विकेट से बॉलिंग करने आए, और रिजवान शॉट खेलना चाहते थे आउटसाइड ऑफ स्टंप, लेकिन उन्होंने चॉप कर दिया अपने स्टंप्स पे. तो
उनके की बॉलर होने
या एग्जैक्टली हमने सैम करन के बारे में बात की कि सैम करन का स्ट्राइक रेट 11 का है, एंड ही हैज दिस टेंडेंसी ऑफ पिकिंग अप विकेट्स. काफी आउटसाइड ऑफ स्टंप बॉल था, छठे स्टंप पे बॉल था अगर हम सही से बोलें तो, लेकिन उन्होंने ऑफ स्टंप उसके ऊपर अपना वेट थ्रो किया, बॉल ने इनसाइड एज लिया और लेग स्टंप के अंदर बॉल लगा. तो रिजवान इज गॉन फ्रॉम द फाइनल. Rizwan will not be batting, and of course we're talking about the man, the myth, the prodigy, Mohammad Haris. He'll be walking into bat.
Exactly.
How do you see Sam Curran versus Mohammad Haris?
I wouldn't see Haris shying away from attacking because Haris has been. Uske ek interview with I believe he said, I take the attack onto the bowlers.
Yeah.
And if you have someone of that mindset, because I have not seen a lot of Pakistani batters with that mindset, honestly.
Yeah.
And because usne Rabada को attack किया, उसने Nokia को attack किया, as you mentioned, उसने Lockie Ferguson को उसने he was able to drill out a Yorker and hit it towards extra cover.
Yeah, that was an incredible shot.
That was Butler-like.
और उसके बाद छक्का मार दिया.
उसके
बाद फिर अपने स्ट्रेंथ पे बॉल करवा के मिड विकेट के ऊपर से छक्का मार दिया.
मैं वही बता रहा हूँ कि हम लोगों ने, और वो जो पुल शॉट के ऊपर सिक्सेस मारना, I have not seen a lot of Pakistani batters do that. It was incredible. So then again, he has loads of. He's still 21.
Yeah.
He has loads of talent. And I won't, expect him to, shy away right now as well.
Do you think Haris will come in, or do you think Shan will come in?
I think Haris has to walk in, क्योंकि अभी तक हमने जो देखा है साउथ अफ्रीका के खिलाफ भी हारिस ही वन डाउन आया था, बांग्लादेश के खिलाफ भी और न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ भी. तो आई थिंक यहाँ पे अगर उसकी बैटिंग को हम चेंज कर दें तो हारिस ही बैटिंग करने आए हैं. और पहली बॉल पे उन्होंने एक वैक करने की कोशिश की है, टेनिस बॉल शॉट खेलना चाहते थे टुवर्ड्स मिड ऑफ, लेकिन बॉल सीधा फील्डर की तरफ किया है.
He's not shying away. He's like the Insamam 92, I believe.
Yeah. बट अगर हम रिजवान की शॉट सिलेक्शन की बात करें तो ये किस तरह की शॉट थी? उन्होंने सही तरह से जज नहीं किया उसको.
I believe वो इनकमिंग लेंथ थी, उन्होंने जज नहीं किया. The ball was coming in. or he was probably trying to thrash it. Rizwan on the offside has not been very strong. We've seen, but it was an attempt to play a cover drive, more like a thrash towards the offside. But then again, he wasn't expecting the ball to come in that much.
एक और चीज भी होती है वो ये है कि you know how they say कि if it's swinging a lot then you probably might not get a wicket.
Right.
But if it swings slightly, that's when you start getting a lot of wickets.
Lot of wickets.
अगर ये थोड़ा और ज़्यादा swing कर जाती तो it would have missed his bat and it would have missed the fourth stump. तो वो बीच में एक gap में से निकल जाती. अगर ना करती it would have been a 4 or a 3. I mean it was just slight hard luck, but ठीक है. I think Rizwan had to go for it. That's how he plays, and that's how he should have gone.
Right. So, अच्छा हमारे पास एक अपडेट है कि why are English team wearing the black armbands? तो उसके ऊपर इंग्लैंड क्रिकेट बोर्ड की तरफ से एक मीडिया रिलीज आई है which says हारिस comes down the wicket और शॉट करना चाहते थे लेकिन ये प्लेयर मिस हुआ है. अच्छा why are England wearing black armbands? वो इस वजह से है कि England will wear black armbands tonight to pay respect to David English, a stalwart of English cricket who sadly passed away overnight. David established the Bunbury Festival under-15 cricket competition, which helped develop thousands of first-class cricketers. Over 100 England players to date, 125 internationals went through the festival over the past 30 years, including many who will feature in tonight's World Cup final. So England अपने एक cricket legend को honor कर रहे हैं और उस वजह से उन्होंने अपने black arm bands पहने हुए हैं. Haris once again wanted to play it over Joss Butler. So at the end of 5 overs, Pakistan are 29 for 1. The run rate is under 6. Where do you see this innings going from here?
I won't say a lot as of yet because Haris is coming in. He's looked to attack every ball. I think he's a kid. He needs to settle down a little, take 1 or 2 balls and then attack.
Right.
Out of the blue, hit one odd ball for a 4.
Right.
So he's looked to attack, and I actually believe. Abhi I cannot say much about the total because it'll have to depend on how Haris plays.
Yeah.
Right. So 5 overs done. We have put up 29 runs on the board. Do you think we have made the most of this power play, or are we lagging behind?
A little on the slow side, I think. क्योंकि उसकी वजह ये भी है कि for someone like Haris, he had to go for it. उसमें जाहिर सी बात ये होता है कि रन्स थोड़े से रिस्ट्रिक्ट हो जाते हैं. You're not looking for a single or double. You're looking for a boundary. You're looking to put the pressure on the bowler, and I think that's just fair. अगर आपने ये गेम जीतनी है तो you have to also win the psychological game. You have to put the bowlers under pressure. जब तक वो नहीं आएंगे, जब तक वो panic नहीं करेंगे, तब तक you won't have the chance to win. So I think it's fair enough. They're just on a little on the slow side, but they can always catch up.
Right.
Exactly. Pressure Pakistan पे वापस आ गया.
Right. So
क्योंकि there's been a lot of
exactly. And if you talk about Babar's role here, of course we know that Babar hit form in the last game, and that was crucial to Pakistan's chances of winning the game. आज रिजवान उनके साथ नहीं है, हमारी ओपनिंग पार्टनरशिप 29 रन पे टूट गई है. तो बाबर यहाँ से हेयर ऑन, अभी उनका स्ट्राइक रेट भी कम है. इन द मीनवाइल बाबर ने एक चौका मार दिया. तो यहाँ से बाबर का क्या रोल होगा?
Babar needs to play the role of a senior batter, I believe, because he needs to take the innings till the very end. It's going to be his defining innings. I actually believe, because यहाँ पे, of course, if he goes back into his shell and he's only plays around and then doesn't hit too much, so it's not going to be Babar Azam like. I actually believe he needs to take the attack on. और उसके ऊपर से उसके थ्रू जो होगा हारिस पे जो प्रेशर भी बिल्ड हुआ है द डॉट बॉल्स वो रिलीज होगा. We'll see a lot of strokes.
और जैसे आपने अटैक की बात की, पिछली 2 बॉल्स पे बाबर आजम ने इंटेंट शो किया है. एक बॉल को उन्होंने टुवर्ड्स फाइन लेग, स्क्वेयरिश फाइन लेग की तरफ मारा, और अभी इस बॉल पे भी वो चॉप करना चाहते थे लेकिन बॉल हवा में गई एंड इट लैंडेड इन नो मैंस लैंड. हाँ, हमने देखा बाबर में इस वक्त थोड़ा सा इंटेंट आया. इट्स ट्राइंग टू मेक द यूज ऑफ लास्ट पावर प्ले ओवर. तो लाइक इज दैट अ गुड ओमेन फॉर पाकिस्तान?
Absolutely. I think Babar realizes कि he also needs to play his natural game. और अगर उसकी natural game ये है कि he has to take those chances, then he will take those chances.
Right.
He doesn't seem very afraid right now. Despite the loss of wicket, neither does Haris. I think those are good omens. The last thing you want is a team choking or bottling under pressure, even when there's no reason to.
Right.
अभी कोई इस तरह की वजह नहीं है. 2 विकेटें गिर भी जाएं तो कोई मसला नहीं है. They need to go for the attack.
Right. तो हारिस इज बैक ऑन स्ट्राइक. अपनी पहली 4 बॉलों पर हारिस ने कोई रन नहीं बनाया. ही वाज ट्राइंग फॉर शॉट्स, ही वाज गोइंग फॉर शॉट्स, लेकिन सैम करन के अगेंस्ट वो रन नहीं बना सके. तो लेट्स सी के पावर प्ले की लास्ट 3 बॉल्स हैं और मोहम्मद हारिस वर्सेस क्रिस वोक्स मुकाबला कैसा रहता है.
I feel like he might try to target mid wicket over here.
Right.
And there's a bounce. You see the awkward bounce there.
Yeah, that is
Vokes
It was
is also.
probably, was it a slow delivery? It was a slow
It
delivery.
was a
See,
slow
so maybe
delivery.
Vokes knuckle delivery करते हैं, it was
हाँ,
it you
exactly.
know got Haris by surprise.
Exactly.
तो
और
आप ये
अगर हम
देखिएगा,
हम हारिस की तरफ भी देखें तो हारिस ने थोड़ा सा शॉट को प्री मेडिटेट किया हुआ था,
Exactly, because he was expecting pace on the delivery. उन्होंने
pace
उसी
on the
वक्त pace-
delivery and he wanted to hit it towards
Yeah.
mid wicket side. जिस तरह से उन्होंने आपको सेटअप किया था अपने आप को,
Yeah.
लेकिन ये पॉइंट की तरफ गया बॉल और just landed in front of the point fielder.
Mentally, England are ahead. Because they've been
Yeah,
quite short as an
England
oppressor.
have caught the advantage यहाँ से onwards.
Let's see how Haris plays over
Yeah.
here. You see, Haris is
Haris
struggling.
is
He's trying to
struggling
hit
यहाँ
it big.
पे. इस बॉल पे वो डाउन द विकेट आए थे और इसको हिट करना चाहते थे, लेकिन दिस वाज वंस अगेन अ स्लोअर बॉल. 105 kph की बॉल थी.
I think Babar might go to him and have a little chat and be like, you can always rotate the strike.
Steady हो जाओ, steady हो जाओ.
Exactly.
हाँ,
And then you
कोई
can-
इतने बड़े रिस्क लेने की.
Absolutely.
It's a World Cup final. You can't throw away your wicket.
Right.
तो अब ये है कि
अच्छा, या शो प्लीज कंटिन्यू.
हाँ, तो अब बाबर आजम को ये जिस तरह की स्ट्रोक्स खेल रहे थे, अभी उन्होंने पहले दो शो किया, आपने कहा था इंटेंट है. I've never seen Babar Azam play strokes with these sort in the first 6 overs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are mostly the shots that come from Babar's bat, probably in the middle overs.
Yeah.
Lekin
Yeah.
this coming actually shows that he has taken the responsibility of
Right.
removing the pressure from the other batter, which is
Exactly.
a good sign.
Exactly. पाकिस्तान ने अपने 6 ओवर्स में अब तक 18 डॉट बॉल्स खेली हैं. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ वाइड बॉल, लेकिन आउट ऑफ द 36 balls that you play,
Yeah.
you play 18 dot balls. Don't you think is that a bit too much?
Perhaps, but again, वही वाली बात है, they're trying to attack और the conditions over here are not very easy to deal with.
Yeah.
Overcast conditions हैं, बारिश के इम्कानात हैं. The pitch is, there is grass on the pitch. I can clearly see it from here as well.
Right.
And you can see the ball seaming as well. तो इतना आसान नहीं है. Oh, that is
that is a
absolutely
very good
beautiful.
shot.
That was a slow delivery. Then again, Haris negotiated. it
Finally,
very well.
Haris has picked up a slow delivery and he's got a
So
boundary
we
of the
are
last ball.
39 for 1. आपने
Yeah.
कहा था 40 पे कोई आउट ना हो तो I think ideal होगा. I think
Yeah.
we're close to that.
We're close to that.
Yeah.
I think थोड़ा सा हमने थोड़ी सी डॉट बॉल ज्यादा खेल रही है. Maybe we are 1 or 2 boundaries short.
I don't really think so, because वो
Right.
वही बात है कि सैम करन का वो ओवर था, वो
Right.
थोड़ा सा उसने मोमेंटम चेंज किया था, because अगर उसमें if Rizwan's wicket hadn't fallen, we would have hit probably
Right.
another boundary or so. वो उसने मोमेंटम थोड़ा सा खींचा था, वरना we would have been what 45 or 46.
All
from
right.
the loss.
So maybe England will take this power play. They've bowled 6 overs. They've drawn the first blood and they've conceded 39 runs.
Yeah.
If you see this tournament has been a fight of power plays. What you do in power play with the bat and what you do in the power play with the ball. So England will have to. I mean, if England are to win this game, they'll have to outplay Pakistan when they come into bat in the power play.
Yeah,
Do you think Pakistan can restrict both of them?
See, this is
Yeah,
a
I
good
think
shot.
they can. Given that they bat well, I have really enjoyed this intent from Haris. और वही बात होती है कि ठीक है अभी वक्त लगता है, लेकिन look at this shot, ये फाइन लेग की तरफ खेली थी, बहुत खूबसूरत.
और इस
Fine
shot
leg was up.
Exactly,
His head was
exactly.
so steady. His body was so steady. You can see it's not a fluke. It's not a slog shot. He's just good at playing around the.
और इस
throughout
शॉट
the
की एक
crowd.
खूबसूरती ये भी है कि आपके पास स्क्वायर लेग का फील्डर था, मिड विकेट का फील्डर था, लेकिन हारिस ने उसको फाइन खेला.
फिर भी आप left side
Exactly.
पे रहे. Yeah.
और
They'll play his strokes. It's not good.
Exactly. And this was good for his confidence as well.
Exactly.
कि वो ट्राई कर रहे थे कनेक्ट करने के, कनेक्ट नहीं हो रहा था.
See, now-
Finally he's got a boundary.
Exactly. There are not a lot of times when a 21-year-old is seen playing a World Cup final at MCD. This is
Yeah.
going to be huge for him in front of a 90,000 crowd.
90,000 people.
And imagine if he plays a good innings over there, how much of a boost he's going to get in his confidence.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. The last time someone did that from Pakistan was in Zamam. I think he was
Yeah.
also probably the same age.
Exactly.
Very young, and he went on to become a legend of the game.
Exactly. So you can expect,
and
innings
then-
like these to
Yeah.
build your confidence.
And then you're batting alongside your skipper, one of the superstars of modern day cricket, one of the, potential legends, is going to end up as as one of the best, one of the great players, Babar Azam. This is what you are up to. This is grand for a 21-year-old. It does not get better than this.
Exactly. And you see the smiles on their faces, because I actually like the energy that these guys have.
Right.
There's no nervous energy in them. There's only excitement.
हाँ, हमने perform करना है. You know, like मैंने हर एक कह रहे हैं मैंने जाके perform
मैंने
करना है. I want to.
जाके enjoy करना है, मैंने जाके खेलना. अभी देखिए आपने हारिस को is not shying away. this actually shows his intent. This actually shows the fact that he's here to, hit it big.
Yeah. This is something about this Pakistan's current
Isn't
lot.
that a wide?
Yeah, it could. Yeah, very well so. It looked like a white. Kumar
लेकिन
Dharmasena they did not.
कुमार धर्मासेना है और उनका जो ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है फाइनल्स के अंदर, I mean he does find himself under pressure. ऐसा हो जाता है. Haris
Yeah,
comes
that's
down the
great
wicket
shot.
and hits
That is a
it
great
down
shot.
the ground.
Wow.
See the
Uh,
intent.
You see the audacity behind that
It
shot.
was a missed time. It was slightly.
Maybe it
bat
was
still-
yeah, थोड़ा बैट के ऊपर लगी थी. Or you see the audacity to come down to Ben Stokes and hit that tennis ball type shot. That is good for Pakistan.
He needs to continue doing that. It's probably going to put England under pressure as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
और बहुत मैथ्यू हेडन-esque फील थी कि you just walk down the ground and like कोई बात नहीं तुम जितनी भी तेज करा रहे हो I don't care on this bouncy pitch I will kill your length I will
Yeah.
kill your bounce
Yeah.
and I will hit it over a fielder
Huh.
on the infield. I think that's brilliant.
that crushes
Right,
the
so-
confidence of the bowler as well.
It will also send a good message to Pakistan's dugout as well. और मैथ्यू हेडन का जो impact है उसको हम देखें, he himself has been, I mean, he was a swashbuckling batsman. 2007 के वर्ल्ड कप के फाइनल में when he and Gilchrist went after Sri Lanka, he used to go after bowling attacks. तो उसका एक वो जो आइडियोलॉजी है वो ऑफ कोर्स हमें नजर आ रही है हारिस के अंदर. और आई मीन मैथ्यू हेडन का पाकिस्तान के डग आउट में होना बहुत ज़्यादा फायदेमंद रहा है पाकिस्तान को. एंड हाउ डू यू लुक एट इट इन टर्म्स ऑफ पाकिस्तानी बैटर्स audacity and their attitude towards the opposition's bowling?
You see, audacity और जो attitude की आप बात करेंगे, हम लोगों को पहले कुछ मैचेस में नहीं नजर आया. कुछ में मतलब हम लोगों को approach was questionable,
Right.
which was the very reason हम लोगों ने criticism shower किया था. But then again उसके बाद when they saw the slightest chance, जब South Africa against उनका मैच आया था, हम लोगों ने intent नजर आया. जब
Yeah.
शादाब आया था with his amazing innings, it'll go down as one of the
Yeah.
best innings Pakistani batters played. तो वो चीज़ हमें इंटेंट नजर आना शुरू हुआ gradually as the tournament progressed.
Yeah.
और फिर उसका बेस्ट फॉर्म हमें नजर आया in the semi-final against New Zealand. तो
Right.
of course it's showing in the Pakistani batters.
Right, so spin introduce
Wow.
करवा दिया. First ball down the
I
wicket.
believe
Mohammad
this
Haris.
could be caught. Is it?
Maybe let's see
I believe
इसका
this is-
क्या होता
fields
है.
are steady, this is caught.
I think this has been caught.
I was seeing that.
England have drawn the second blood और बेन स्टोक्स ने कैच किया है. मोहम्मद हारिस डाउन द विकेट आए थे, लेकिन लॉन्ग ऑन का फील्डर भाग के
I
आगे
believe
आया
it
और
was
उन्होंने
a-
कैच
it was
कर
a-
दिया.
He wanted to hit it over long on, but I believe it's not easy hitting against the spin to a long,
हाँ.
over long on.
Exactly.
And plus, considering the fact how long these boundaries are,
Yeah.
you need to have lots of muscle.
Lots of muscle to hit that ball.
Yeah.
अच्छा, अब हम देखें कि जॉस बटलर ने स्पिन इंट्रोड्यूस करवाई है और आदिल रशीद was brilliant against India.
Yeah.
In the last game he bowled really well. He's a veteran. He was part of the 2019 England's World Cup winning team. और अगर हम देखें कि आदिल रशीद ने इस टूर्नामेंट में 6.25 की इकॉनमी से दी है, तो
Wow.
what kind of a blow is this from Adil Rashid to Pakistan? और किस तरह से पाकिस्तान को आदिल रशीद को आगे टैकल करना चाहिए?
Yeah, I think वही बात है कि हारिस I don't know, I mean there was a fielder there, maybe he thought he had the shot with him. हो जाता है कभी कभार, आपको लगता है कि आप कर सकते हो, हाँ, या आप मिडल नहीं कर सके. बूस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा होगा इंग्लैंड को इस वक्त, खास तौर पे आई थिंक मोइन अली would be delighted by this change. क्योंकि
Left-hander आएगा.
हाँ, फौरन उसने वो एक पार्टनरशिप जो बन रही थी, जो बाकियों को प्रेशर में डाल रही थी, वो ब्रेक कर दी है. शान मसूद आएंगे अब, आई थिंक शान आएगा, या देयर ही इज, एंड आई थिंक ही विल ट्राई टू रोटेट द स्ट्राइक. But this is good bowling by
Right.
Adil Rashid.
So
One of them needs to attack.
Exactly. अच्छा, शान मसूद आए हैं और शान और बाबर मिडिल में होंगे. तो हमने जो लास्ट टाइम सीरीज थी पाकिस्तान और इंग्लैंड की 7 मैच T20 है सीरीज, उसमें हमने देखा काफ़ी जगह पर शान और बाबर इकट्ठे थे मिडिल में और इंग्लैंड के खिलाफ इसी बॉलिंग लाइनअप के खिलाफ उन्होंने बैटिंग की. तो इट विल बी इंटरेस्टिंग टू सी कि इन दोनों की अप्रोच क्या होती है.
Precisely.
राइट. सो पाकिस्तान की एक और चीज़ भी हमने देखी है इस टूर्नामेंट में कि दे हैव बीन फियरलेस, और फियरलेस से हारिस ने काफ़ी रन स्कोर किए अगेंस्ट बांग्लादेश, ही बेल्ड अस आउट अगेंस्ट न्यूजीलैंड एंड अगेंस्ट साउथ अफ्रीका, ही टू स्कोर, और उसके साथ रिजवान ने भी रन किए लास्ट मैच में. तो अब वो दोनों बैट्समैन हमारे आउट हो गए हैं. तो इट्स आई मीन आज फाइनल है, इट्स टाइम फॉर वंस अगेन कि आज कोई नया बंदा स्टेप अप करे एंड स्कोर्स रन्स.
See, this is Pakistan cricket. मतलब against all odds, if when you don't expect them to, they come out with something unexpected.
Yeah.
Haris, of course, he tried to hit it over long on, but of course, like I said, it's a long boundary, and you're hitting a leg spinner against a spin over an 80-meter boundary. It needs muscle, and you need to be able to middle the ball really well.
Yeah.
So the shot was not really on, I believe. He needed to keep it, a bit more, a bit less in the air. So अब उसके बाद I believe they need to make sure. Let's see what one of them needs to attack. That's important.
Right. So long on, long off के दोनों fielder ऊपर रखे हुए हैं इंग्लैंड ने और mid wicket का fielder रखा हुआ है.
Yeah, Babar wants the second one, and he will definitely get the second. I think this is where Babar's role now becomes even more pivotal. और मुझे लग रहा है, and let's hope, fingers crossed, that Babar will play a big innings आज. And he'll play the same smart strategic innings.
Right.
वो बड़े player की बड़ी निशानी होगी कि वो एक pressure match में चल जाएगा.
और anchor innings probably खेलेंगे, लेकिन it's going to be important for Babar to stay till the very end.
Absolutely.
Right. अगर हम एंकर की बात करें तो शान मसूद का एक जो रोल रहा है इस टूर्नामेंट में भी और as he has come into it.
Hesitation there.
Yeah, there was a slight hesitation, but good running. पाकिस्तान ने बैक 2 runs लिए. तो अब हम देखें तो शान मसूद का भी रोल वही है to just get through the innings, score runs. तो बाबर इस चीज को देख रहे होंगे कि हम दोनों ही अगर एक सेम रोल कर रहे हो तो मे बी बाबर को गियर्स चेंज करना.
Exactly, like I said, one of them needs to attack. और वो it's I don't really see Shan attacking because Shan is not of the sort who attacks and takes the attack onto the bowlers.
Yeah.
Babar needs to hit the odd boundaries, but like Kamil mentioned, because he's going to play the innings of his life over here. He's going to play. That's what great players are about. They have the ability to change game. They have the ability to take the game away, and it's going to be a test for Babar how he goes from here.
Right.
I actually believe if one of them needs to attack, it has to be Babar.
Right. So Babar has to attack. Butler will be happy with what has happened so far. Pakistan are scoring exactly at not exactly at run a ball, just a shade above 6. Butler will be happy, and what will he be thinking कि पाकिस्तान को हम 130 तक restrict कर दें, कहाँ तक restrict कर दें?
हाँ, चाहेगा तो वही कि like 130 140 तक restrict हो जाए. But I think he'll still be very vigilant right now क्योंकि उसको पता है कि game इतनी तेजी से हाथ से निकल सकती है. अगर बाबर जैसा player especially is on the crease. And you see Jordan coming in.
Right. So Chris Jordan को introduce करवा दिया इंग्लैंड ने. Right.
Yeah. And I think Shan is also I think Shan anchor play करेगा. मुझे लगता है Babar will play his normal shots.
Yeah.
And he will find the odd boundary in the overs. Right now the strategy would be कि try making 8ish runs and over. That isn't difficult on this ground जहाँ पे आप 3 भाग सकते हैं, doubles भाग सकते हैं. And then sort of build it a little bit and then start attacking in the end overs. They need to conserve their wickets right now.
राइट. सो अच्छा, बटलर ने क्रिस जॉर्डन को इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया है 9th ओवर में. तो इससे एक उनका प्लान लाजमी शो होता है कि ऑफ कोर्स he'll be bowling the last few overs of the innings.
This is a good shot.
This is a good shot from Babar Azam.
Like I said, he's going to have to
Absolutely.
Exactly. Bisect किया उन्होंने square leg के fielder को और fine leg के fielder को, and he's got a 4 towards that region.
Yeah, I believe today Babar is being the Babar I wanted him to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The person who doesn't fear at all. He needs to attack the bowlers.
Standing up on the big occasion.
Kamat the hour,
Exactly.
man.
Exactly.
Kamat
Doesn't have to
Tawar,
go into
Kamat
his shell
Tawar.
now because this is the guy. This is the situation.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if he plays a good innings here, it will go down in history as Babar Azam will obviously go down as one of the greats. Very
Exactly.
easily.
Beautiful wrist.
You've got this stamp of being a great player. You've scored runs across many tournaments, and
Seriously,
you have
good
saved
player.
games for Pakistan. Even in 2022, he played that 196 innings against Australia
Exactly.
in Karachi. Once again, you are in the final. Pakistan's batting or Pakistan's chances depend on you. I think Babar will be looking to latch on to this opportunity.
Precisely. Of course, it will be an approach that will be a merger of caution and attack. Because he'll be cautious against bowlers who he understands can't take wickets, and he'll be attacking against bowlers like Jordan, of course,
Right, Jordan.
who have poor economies all throughout. So Shan, of course, would be the person who would take the odd doubles over here like he's doing.
Yeah, gonna come back for the second. This
Exactly.
is really good run.
Exactly.
This is very good.
This
They're
is-
vigilant. उनको ये नहीं है कि चौका मार लिया आराम से बैठ जाओ.
हाँ.
They're like make the most of this over.
Make the most out
They've
of this
already
over.
made 8 runs.
8 runs
this
from
over.
the 4 balls that have been bowled so far.
This is really good. This is a
That
good
puts the
start.
pressure back on England. Exactly.
अच्छा, क्रिस जॉर्डन की अगर हम बात करें, ये भी इंग्लैंड का एक तरह से वीक लिंक है कि जॉर्डन इज जस्ट प्लेइंग हिज सेकंड गेम ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट, जहां पे इनके बाकी सारे बॉलिंग अटैक ने 4 5 गेम्स खेली हैं, सिर्फ मार्क वुड ने 4 गेम्स खेली हैं और बाकी सारा अटैक उनका सेम रहा है थ्रू आउट द टूर्नामेंट. तो जॉर्डन को हम अटैक कर सकते हैं, स्पेशली कि उसका लॉन्ग ऑन लॉन्ग ऑफ ऊपर है, जो फील्ड है उसके पीछे की तरफ स्प्रेड है.
Absolutely.
And his economy in that one game against India that he played was,
that was
10.
That was not as far as Shan Masood thought it would be.
Oh.
Yeah, that was very close.
But then you have to take such chances.
Yeah.
Right. So Jordan की जो last innings, last match में bowling economy है, that is 10.75.
Last how many overs?
He bowled 4 overs. He bowled his complete quota. He went for 40 runs.
Exactly. Like I said, Jordan's inclusion in place of Mark Wood has
Right.
not worked well for England.
Yeah. So in the meanwhile, we were being shown a few footage of Shane Keith Vaughan, the proud son of Victoria, the son of Melbourne. He got his 700th Test match wicket at the same venue, and he would have been happy to see both England and Pakistan play in a World Cup final in his hometown. I mean, he was such a legend of the game, lover of the game. He used to love Pakistan, leg spinners coming from Pakistan, from Yasir Shah to Shadab Khan. I mean, he would have been pumped up today, and he would have been happy to see England lose.
Yeah. I mean, he would have, if he had been alive, he would have obviously been in a commentary box, and he would have loved to, be commentating on Pakistan's bowling, particularly Shadab.
हाँ, मैं ये कहने लगा था कि एक जो फैक्टर हमें मिसिंग नजर आता है, एंड मे ही रेस्ट इन पीस, इज लाइक वी वुड हैव लव्ड टू सी शेन वॉर्न लुक एट अ लेगी bowl like that in Australia.
Exactly.
With that economy, like how often have you heard कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एक टूर्नामेंट हो रहा हो and a leggy is a serious contender for the man of the
tournament.
Right?
This is
very
brilliant.
And Misbah was mentioning in one of the shows that we see,
Right.
even on pitches where there have been bowlers conducive to fast bowling, Shadab has picked crucial wickets.
Yeah,
This actually shows that he's been smart. And I also saw something on one of the social media platforms that जो शादाब खान की performances थी, Rashid Khan has been able to deliver the same, but in leagues, but not so much in the
international
tournament.
cricket.
So Shadab Khan has been very crucial for
Afghanistan.
Pakistan.
Exactly. So Shadab Khan has been world class, hands down. Talking of Shane Warne, I think it would be pertinent to mention another legend of the game, Dean Jones, the famous Dino, the Red Book guy, the head coach of Islamabad.
He loved Pakistan cricket.
The man who loved Pakistan cricket, the man who saw Shadab Khan come through the ranks at Islamabad United and PSL, he would have been happy as well.
Would have been delighted because
Absolutely.
Exactly. To see कि I mean जिस बच्चे को मैंने mentor किया है, he is contender for the man of the tournament in a tournament that is being played in Australia. So those two legends of the game who sadly passed away in the yesteryears.
And third is in Pakistan's dugout.
Exactly.
Third is in Pakistan. Rodney Marsh को हमें नहीं भूलना चाहिए. Not a character who's been in the limelight for long. लेकिन one of the greatest wicket keepers
that Australia
I think
had.
the greatest before Gilchrist came onto the stage.
Exactly.
But हाँ, I mean हम Hayden की बात कर रहे थे, and I feel like Hayden's biggest contribution in the dugout is that he is a man who has a taste for winning. यानी कि आपको जब वो आदत हो जाती है जीतने की, and you know how to win, तो आप सोच ही उस बारे में रहे होते हो. और उस टीम ने क्या कुछ नहीं.
He's come from a team of invincibles. वो जो रिकी पॉन्टिंग की टीम थी जिन्होंने 3 का वर्ल्ड कप जीता, 99 का वर्ल्ड कप जीता, 2007 का जीता, लेकिन हेडन 2003 और 7 में था.
Yeah, absolutely. हाँ, I mean वो टीम हारती नहीं थी, यानी कि हम I grew up watching that team and I barely remember that team losing.
Yeah. They were the invincibles.
Exactly. I mean, अब कभी होता है कि favorites आप कभी किसी tournament में होते हैं, there's a lot of pressure, and there often come times जब आप favorites होने के बावजूद you are knocked out of the tournament. That happened with Pakistan last year, semi-finals में they exited.
Exactly.
लेकिन that never happened with Australia.
They have been favorites through and through.
Favorites होके भी they were convincing even in the finals.
And to say that they had brilliant teams against them, like South Africa of that time, like Sri Lanka of that time, like India of that
even
time.
India of that time.
Slight fumble there.
Right. So we have reached the halfway mark of Pakistan's innings. Pakistan ने 10 ओवर में 68 रन्स पे 2 विकेट्स लूज किए हैं, and this will of course be our drinks break, and I'll continue with our discussion of the crossover between Australian cricket and Pakistan cricket. जहाँ पे हमने देखा कि Australian cricket ने on the ground, on the field, हमें बहुत सारे दुख दर्द दिए हैं. From the Mike Hasi का एक वो जो छक्का था ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने 99 के वर्ल्ड कप के फाइनल में हमें हराया. ऑस्ट्रेलिया हैव बीन नेमेसिस ऑफ पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट ऑन द फील्ड. बट अगर हम बिहाइंड द सीन्स देखें ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलियन रिटायर्ड प्लेयर्स बीइंग इंटरेस्टेड इन पाकिस्तानी प्लेयर्स एंड आई मीन वेयरिंग शेन वॉन्स से अगर हम स्टार्ट करें, जब वो लाहौर में आए और अब्दुल कादिर के घर गए, देन शेन वॉन्स आई मीन लव फॉर यासिर शाह व्हेन ही बस्ट ऑन टू द सीन. फिर डेन जोन्स के बारे में हमने बात की, और अभी भी हम रिकी पॉन्टिंग की बात करें कि वो होबार्ट हरिकेन्स के हेड कोच हैं, और उन्होंने पाकिस्तान के 3 मेन प्लेयर्स फ़हीम अशरफ, आसिफ अली और शादाब खान को पिक किया है बिग बैश के लिए. तो ऑन द फील्ड ऑस्ट्रेलियंस I mean, they have been beating Pakistan, but they do recognize कि जो पाकिस्तानी टैलेंट है, और हमने मैथ्यू हेडन की भी इसमें मेंशन करना था मैंने कि मैथ्यू हेडन ने भी इस टूर्नामेंट में उनका जो इम्पैक्ट रहा है वो अनडिनाइबल है, उसको हम डिनाई नहीं कर सकते. अगर वो हमारे डग आउट में रहे, उन्होंने एक तरह का कॉन्फिडेंस फूंक दिया हमारे प्लेयर्स में. तो दिस इज अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल थिंग कि ऑन द ग्राउंड देयर आर नेमेसिस, बट बिहाइंड द सीन्स their legends love our youth, they love our talent.
You see, this reflects one thing, because this reflects the fact that they have an eye for the talent. Like Imran Khan, of course. Imran Khan saw the talent right in Pakistan's roots. He understood. He saw Bakar Yunus bowling just randomly, first class one. He picked
Inzi too. Inzi was a young guy.
In the same way, these Australians see that very talent in Pakistan. They understand that this talent is found on the street. This talent is found on the remote areas. तो इनको अगर पिक करके हम groom कर सकते हैं, these players can become tournament winners. Like you see Haris Rauf today. If Pakistan go on to win, his career emerged from BBL. You saw that. So this is actually something that Australians are seeing, as you're saying. They're not very kind to us on the field, but off the field, they understand that this lot has a lot of potential.
I mean, off the field they've contributed so much to our cricket. I forgot to mention Sean Tate. He's our bowling coach इस वक्त. I mean, ये एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ है जहाँ पे हम ऑस्ट्रेलियंस को अपने दुश्मन मानते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स उन्होंने हमें मैचेस हराए हैं, बट उनका एक वो जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है. अब शॉन टेट हैज बीन वर्किंग विद आवर फास्ट बॉलिंग कंटिंजेंट एंड वी हैव सीन दिस हैज बीन वन ऑफ द लीथल बॉलिंग अटैक्स इन दिस टूर्नामेंट. तो आई मीन योर कमेंट ऑन दैट.
आई थिंक शॉन टेट तो वो बेचारा कहता है कि जब बुरा खेलते हैं तो मुझे भेज देते हैं आप, और जब अच्छा खेलते हैं तो उसका कोई तस्करा भी नहीं होता. बिकॉज आई थिंक एक तो ये चीज़ है कि वी ऑलरेडी हैव दैट रॉ टैलेंट विद आवर बॉलिंग. तो किसी को ये समझ नहीं आता है या वो सोचते नहीं है कि someone like Sean Tate is there to guide them, right? Sean Tate himself is called that wild thing. और I mean उसका वो जो एटीट्यूड है ना कि बस जाओ और उड़ा दो, और वो जो होना भी चाहिए.
शोएब अख्तर
हाँ उस तरह का. वो हारिस रऊफ में नजर आते हैं, वो आपको शाहीन में नजर आते हैं, नसीम में नजर आते हैं, वसीम जूनियर में नजर आता है. They haven't been shy with their bouncers. They haven't been shy to attack the body. They haven't been shy to bowl fast. I think this is there's a lot of credit that should go to Sean Tate.
Right. So coming back to the game, we are into the 11th over of the game, and Josh Butler has introduced Liam Livingstone. Liam Livingstone, he can bowl leg spin, he can bowl off spin, or don't you think Liam Livingstone is that element of the English bowling lineup जिसको हम attack कर सकते हैं? But so far we have taken 3 runs off his first 3 balls.
It's a gamble that England have taken, because I actually believe that they were thinking that these batters are not recognized for attacking the bowlers too much, and they're probably going to negotiate by hitting these.
Right.
Shan Masood has attacked. It's a
that's a very good shot from Shan.
It was muscle down the ground.
Exactly. So very positive from Shan Masood. उन्होंने Liam Livingstone के खिलाफ attack किया, comes down the ground, hits it straight down the ground, and he has got this.
Like I said, it was a gamble. और वो चाहते ये एक street smart option आए तो एक wicket निकाल दे, लेकिन वो ये कि इनको attack करना जरूरी है. Shan Masood has done that.
And he's played that safe shot, right? Like
that's a safe shot.
खेलो जहाँ पे fielder ना हो. And I think that's and he also knew that he might be able to clear that boundary. क्योंकि square का मसला यही है, right? There will be a fielder. अगर नहीं होगा तो उसके पास इतना time होगा कि वो ground cover कर लेगा.
Right. So Sean is again down the ground and he's hit him over. I think let's see. It has gone over the boundary. That is a 6. Shan Masood is going all guns blazing against Liam Livingstone. एक ball पे चौका मारा down the ground. That was a ground shot. उसके बाद एक wide ball हुआ और फिर एक छक्का मारा. This is brilliant from Shan Masood. I mean, this is the kind of Shan Masood that we want here.
Wow. Exactly.
I wasn't actually 87 meters.
Oh wow,
that's
you wouldn't expect Shan Masood to attack too much.
Exactly. पुल आउट कर लिया लियाम लिविंगस्टोन ने अपने इस बॉलिंग स्ट्राइड में से, लेकिन दिस इज व्हाट पाकिस्तान शुड हैव डन. स्ट्रेट अवे एक पार्ट टाइम बॉलर को इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया, जस्ट मिल्क हिम.
उन्होंने gamble लिया था the gamble.
Oh, once again, that'll
Once
go for
again,
4, I
that's
think, no?
over the circle.
Yeah,
लेकिन
that would
he'll
be
come
cut
back
off.
for 2.
See, all of a sudden, from 68 for 2, they've
Yeah.
gone to 84 for 2.
I think we've taken 15, 16 runs from this
16
over.
runs from this
Wow.
over, and that actually
Wow.
takes the run rate up to
8.
7.5.
Right.
So this puts the pressure back on England.
Right. So, I mean, Pakistan so far have changed the gear in the right way. Liam Livingstone के पहले 3 balls पे हमने 3 runs लिए, and then Shan Masood comes and goes bang bang against him. I mean, this is what both of these can do. तो
अच्छा बैटल हो रहा है, मजा आ रहा है. You know, like it's not the kind of battle where like एक side dominate कर रही है या विकेटें गिरे जा रही हैं या छक्के पड़े जा रहे हैं. I think it's one of those like very strategic games on a ground that's massive. You know, like I feel like इस match में it's also like the third participant is the ground. You know, like it has a being of its own.
Oh,
that's a
what
beautiful
is
one.
this?
Is that
That's the
God?
famous
It has
Adil
a
Rashid
God.
Googly.
Wow.
बाबर आजम ने गूगली को
Wow.
पिक नहीं किया,
Wow.
उस पे कट शॉट करना चाहते थे, बॉल वापस
And-
अंदर आया, and that's ball and caught.
Wow. This is actually I should give credit to Butler because he knew that Babar Azam would be on strike and he brought Rashid back.
Yeah.
And I saw this googly being bowled earlier as well. Babar Azam was able to pick that, but he wasn't able to pick this.
Oh,
Babar Azam has struggled against leg spin.
That's a
That's
poor
a great
shot.
catch as
That's a
well.
poor shot.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
is a poor shot, but I was actually expecting
Exactly.
to him to pick
I
that.
mean, somebody like Babar, he looked very ugly on that.
Yeah.
अब उसको कट करने जाते हैं, ball comes in
He did not do
and
that,
एक बहुत soft सा edge लेती है, और it's a very soft dismissal for Babar
he
Azam.
did not read that at all. I'm sorry, but this
Yeah,
this
we
actually
can.
had
I
to
mean,
be.
we can call a spade a spade. This was a poor shot.
This was a poor shot. I mean, he wanted to play a cut shot, and I wouldn't blame him because he was actually expecting leg spin. The fact that it came as a googly and his shot was for a leg spin meant that he wasn't, focusing on what the ball was.
Right. So we've got 53 balls left in Pakistan's batting innings.
Yeah.
और जहाँ पे हमने ये बात भी की कि 2 anchors middle में इकट्ठे हो गए थे, and of course Shan Masood has gone berserk. Babar Azam falling here gives Pakistan an opportunity to make sure that Iftikhar Ahmed, Shadab Khan, and Mohammad Nawaz face most balls. What do you think of this dismissal?
Yeah,
And who walks in next?
I would love to see Shadab coming in. किसी ने ये बात कर भी रहा था कि अभी तक जो हमने शायद the one sort of trip that we've missed is that we've thought that Nawaz and Shadab are pretty much the same.
Iftikhar has walked in. Oh,
Yeah, well, this is going to be interesting. I mean, Iftikhar को instructions I think यही होगी कि just go for it
And attack.
and attack. ठीक है. I mean, anyone from Shadab or Iftikhar is fine, I guess. Yeah, this one is just.
That
very
was a
obvious.
spot on googly.
This is
इसका
a good
replay
sign
अगर
to
हम
Pakistan
देखें
as
तो
well, because the
Yeah.
ball is turning.
ball
the
is
ball
turning.
is turning, a leggy is sort of taking those wickets.
Exactly.
Or restricting. Oh, that's beautiful. This is a
Iftikhar Ahmed,
beautiful
exactly.
scrape.
It's scraping and it's turning.
It's scraping and it's turning. Iftikhar Ahmed है जी बैटिंग पे, और पहली 2 balls बहुत brilliant balls ball की हैं आदिल रशीद ने.
See the dust coming off the
Oh,
pitch.
exactly. That looks like a Chennai wicket or something. If they're playing in Asia, इस तरह का wicket है.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Let's see how. Wow.
Oh, 3 balls, 3 play and miss.
Rashid is bowling brilliantly over here.
This is a
And he's
brilliant
got-
over.
Butler's
Exactly.
got to slip back, and let's see how they are, fare from here.
Exactly. I mean, he's giving it a good loop. Look at that bite
Just
on the
classic.
ball.
This could. Shadab would actually be licking his lips.
Exactly. हम डगआउट में देखते हैं कि सब लोग शदाब की तरफ देख रहे हैं, तो शदाब भी खुश होगा इस चीज को देख के कि बॉल के ऊपर टर्न आ रहा है. लेकिन शदाब 4 ओवर्स करे और पाकिस्तान उसको डिफेंड करे, उसके लिए पाकिस्तान को चाहिए होंगे रन्स ऑन द बोर्ड.
I just don't want this to be turned out.
Oh, exactly.
I just feel like शायद शादाब को भेज देना चाहिए था यहाँ पर.
Shadab is a good player.
हाँ, I think he could have rotated the strike. अभी जरूरत नहीं थी इफ्तिखार की. There's still like a number of overs to go here. We're not in depth.
Wow.
Run नहीं निकाल सके. That's a wicket maiden.
That's a wicket maiden at this moment of
In
the
the middle
innings.
over.
This is crucial for England. Last over में हमने उनको milk किया था. We took them for 16-17 runs. तो उन्होंने उस एक effect को nullify कर दिया.
मैं वही कह रहा हूँ कि this game is very quick
Evenly
to
balanced.
change, or again there is very little to separate the two teams. आपको पता नहीं चल रहा, इवन एनालिसिस के अंदर आपको पता नहीं चल रहा, लियम लिविंगस्टोन को आपने 16 रन मार दिया, उसके बाद आपने एक विकेट मेडन दे दिया, राइट? इट्स जस्ट यू नो यू कैन सी बोथ साइड्स पुशिंग बैक, और आपको पता चल रहा है व्हाई दीस टू साइड्स डिजर्व टू बी इन द फाइनल. ये नहीं है कि यू जस्ट
एक ही साइड डोमिनेट नहीं कर रही
और दूसरा ये कि साइकोलॉजिकली गिव अप नहीं कर रही. यू नो दे आर जस्ट कंटिन्यूइंग टू चेंज देयर प्लान्स, अडैप्टिंग, लाइक इट्स जस्ट अ कांस्टेंट शेप शिफ्टिंग सॉर्ट ऑफ अ थिंग दैट्स गोइंग ऑन.
This is a hot contest at
It
the
is
moment.
definitely one.
I think in this over we saw the old Pakistan, the Pakistan that kind of gets nervous जब एक विकेट गिरता है.
You know, I wouldn't really blame, because वो उन्होंने भी expect नहीं किया था इतनी turn. There's a lot of turn coming from the pitch, and you know Nawaz and Shadab would be key for Pakistan.
Right.
Of course, apart from their fast bowlers, जो उनको initial swing मिलेगी, उसके अलावा हमारा good bowling unit है. But I believe अगर हम लोग 150, 160 put up कर देते हैं, our bowling can defend that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So basically Ben Stokes को इंग्लैंड वापस लेकर आए हैं, and there is something wrong with शान मसूद. शायद उन्होंने अपनी बाजू को पकड़ा हुआ है. मे बी उनके लिए पाकिस्तान के जो मेडिकल टीम है वो आए इन द मिडल. अच्छा, हम देखें तो वोक्स ने 3 ओवर किए हैं अभी तक, सैम करन ने 2 ओवर किए हैं, तो उनके 2 ओवर पीछे बचे हुए हैं. जॉर्डन के 3 ओवर बचे हुए हैं, वो इंग्लैंड डेथ के लिए रखेगा. आई डोंट थिंक कि लियाम लिविंगस्टोन को दोबारा ओवर दिया जाएगा यहाँ पे. और आदिल रशीद हैज आल्सो गॉट, आई गेस, 2 ओवर.